ego and by emotion. And members, if we are honest with ourselves, those fears are not irrational, nor are they entirely unfounded. After all, politics is nothing more or less than human behavior amplified. And the defining trait of human history has always been the struggle to balance our noble and our selfish impulses. The danger comes whenever we allow that balance to be overwhelmed by a kind of political relativism that justifies our whims to the detriment of our obligations. And no group of leaders ever understood this danger better than our founding fathers. The genius of the founders did not lie in their grasp of political or institutional theory, but in their exquisite understanding of human nature. They had seen in the monarchies of Europe dangers merging political power and personal desires. And so they crafted a written constitution based on the notions of limited government, fundamental individual rights, and the separation of powers. And they understood that in order to protect freedom, secure liberty, the rule of law must always trump the laws of rulers. And any constitution, whether it's the federal constitution or our Florida constitution, is not a collection of abstract principles. It is instead a very specific, precise roadmap, a compass, to help those of us who are temporarily entrusted with political power follow true north. And so as we approach this session, it's my suggestion that we turn first to our Florida Constitution for guidance and direction. Each year that we convene, the legislature has one primary responsibility: to pass a balanced budget for the state of Florida. Now, balancing the budget is easy enough to say, but as the failures in Washington, D.C. will attest, it is not as easy to do. This will be the 6th straight fiscal year in which our revenues fall short of our projected obligations. And that means that we will be required to, once again, make hard decisions, differentiate our wants from our needs and our needs from our priorities. But our prior insistence on fiscal discipline has paid great dividends to the state. Although Florida was one of the states hardest hit by the national recession, we have avoided the kinds of financial crises that paralyzed the governments of other states. We restored stability to our bond rating, and we created a steady, predictable climate for Florida's businesses and Florida's families. So it's my intention that this House work with our colleagues in the Senate to complete the budget during the scheduled 60 days of regular session. I have tremendous confidence in Chairman Grimsley, and I know that she, working with all of her subcommittee chairs, will bring the appropriations process to a timely and responsible conclusion for the people of Florida. Now, in most years, passing a balanced budget is our only true single constitutional obligation. But once every 10 years, the legislature is required to reapportion voters into state legislative and congressional districts. We've spent the last half year engaged in a continuous